Welcome to this week's edition of OMG Tarot's Monday Tarotscapes. So, tonight is a full moon in Capricorn, so we're going to kick it off with Capricorn. And we're going to just do that every week. We're not always going to start with Aries because, as I mentioned last time, they always go first. We're not doing that over here. They'll get to go first again, but they're not going first today, and not for the foreseeable future, unless there's a good reason for them to. Today we are also using the Pasta Tarot. It's all pasta, so hello. And yeah, today we are kicking it off with Capricorn because this full moon tonight is going to be doing stuff either conjunct their sun, conjunct their moon, right on the rising. It's going to be doing something. So let's see. What does this week and this full moon have in store for Capricorn? Oh. We have got the Five of Quarta, which is basically this card's equivalent of the Five of Wands. So what's going on, Cap? Well, you're going to see your ego crashing up against other people's egos. It's going to be really kind of you're going to find yourself doing that whole goat thing of like, I'm going to nudge you, I'm going to headbutt you, bam, bam. Because that's really what this card is. Everyone's got their bit of, well, what they're driving toward and what they're passionate about and what they care about, and they don't always line up. We're all kind of out for our own interests and our own gains here, and over here we see we're playing some kind of gambling game, so yeah, they're participating together, but just know that everybody's got their own interests at heart, and you've got to advocate for you. Just know that not everyone's on your team, and in some cases, some of those individuals, yeah, they might want to see you succeed, but it's only because it's in service of them succeeding. So just keep this in mind. Stick to, don't let yourself become, I guess, somebody else second in command or kind of helper this week. You got to take care of you. But yeah, with the full moon popping off somewhere important in your chart, you're releasing a lot. So maybe even that's the message here, Cap, is, pull ahead, strive ahead. Let this be the kind of week where you advocate for you rather than always trying to help and serve and do for everyone else. Which, Capricorn, they've got a lot of their own interests. They also do tend to provide quite a bit of structure for those around them, so yeah. Alright, next up we got our other Saturn-ruled sign, Aquarius. What's in store for you this week? And I assure you, by the end of this video, I'm not going to be shifting the table with every single tarot pull. Alright, Aquarius, you've got the Knight of Lunga this week. That is our Knight of Swords. Here's what's up for you. You're being called to embody this guy. You're being called to push your knowledge forward and keep thinking and keep I was going to say downloading information, but I kind of feel like it's a little more literal than that. When we say downloads, that often feels kind of like intuition and insight, and you may very well get those this week, but I think that this message is a little more tangible, a little more mundane, and just kind of, this is really pushing you more so toward keep actually learning. Like, learn from your environment, read more books. Like, after dinner, you want to throw on some video games and have some mindless entertainment? No, read a book. Like, Aquarius, there's so much information, there's so much knowledge out there for you, and, I think you're being called to be that knight who just consumes it and brings it in and really just, lets information interact with you, too. Think about that. When you hear about, yeah, you can read a book, but you got to engage with the text, let the text challenge you. I guess that's really my insight for Aquarius this week, which you have no problem engaging with the world around you and conducting yourself intellectually. So yeah, keep doing that this week. I think you're gonna find a lot of very valuable information that just really serves your understanding. So there we go. And hey, you could be an Aquarius sun, but also have some interesting Cap placements that this full moon is going to be making aspects with. I know I do. I have got a huge Capricorn stellium in my third house, so it's a little apropos for this Aquarius sun. So let's see what's up for Pisces. Pisces comes next. Okay, Pisces, you've got the Ten of Lunga this week, so check that out. Now, the Ten of Lunga is basically our Ten of Swords, so here, I'll hold it up real close. We've got a lot of information. We've got a lot of, okay, wow, I have got a ton of stuff to sort through and think through, and notice where this guy's gaze is. It's looking more so at the wine that's spilling than at the pasta that's spilling on his head. Think about that. Pisces, you've got a lot of information to sort through this week. Yeah, I see it. But just kind of keep a bit of self-awareness about what are you actually focusing on versus what's actually happening around you. In fact, as Aquarius is doing all of the discovery, intellectual, kind of, all right, curiosity things this week, maybe have them help you out. Pisces, hit up your Aquarius friends, because I think this week you guys are actually going to be very helpful for each other. They're going to need a sounding board to hear everything they want to run their mouth about and ramble on. You need someone to kind of help you rein in your focus and determine, all right, well, what actually really needs my time and attention right now, and what's kind of off in the distance but not so immediate. So I think that there's a real sense of prioritizing your thoughts and your bandwidth this week, and kind of wondering if your Aquarius friend, what with them just blazing their way ahead in knowledge, maybe they'll be able to help you out this week. So yeah, don't bother your Capricorn friends. They're working on them. Yeah, you worry about you, Aquarius and Pisces. This is your week to hang out. All right, Aries. Thank you for being patient. Let's talk about Aries. Now, Aries, like Capricorn, is a cardinal sign, which means that this full moon is going to be making a square to whatever Aries placement it is you have. And now, different astrologers use different orbs, which is the size of the degree. Basically, when they're doing these squares, oppositions, that sort of thing, usually it's typically accepted that it's got to be within 8 degrees to be a square, and by that I mean, let's say, I don't know what degree this full moon's happening at. I gotta look it up, but let's say it's at 10 degrees. If you have a placement that's in Aries, be it at 10 degrees Aries, at 8 degrees Aries, anywhere within 8 degrees in either direction of 10, so 2 degrees to 18 degrees, it would be making a square in your chart. Now, let's say you have something at like 26 degrees Aries. Technically, it's not, but you still might feel some ripples because it's in the same neighborhood. It might not be exactly there, but it's still elementally and modality in this case. It's still kind of big square energy. So I would say, you know, it's not really kind of hitting your chart super hard, but you might feel it. And now I want to look up what degree this moon is at. I suppose what kind of astrologer doesn't know those things, but my moon's at 21 degrees Aries. So, Aries, what is in store for you? Alrighty, Aries, we have got the 8 of Lunga, which, I guess it's a very Lunga kind of week now, isn't it? So, Aries, sticking on that theme of where is your attention and what deserves your attention, you're very deliberately not looking at what needs your attention. See, this lady, look at her. She's blindfolded. She's casting her gaze away. Even without the blindfold, she still doesn't want to look at what's immediately right in front of her and demanding her attention. So, while Pisces, I think, maybe is a little just kind of overwhelmed by everything that's really on their docket and right in front of them, that's why they're not really kind of directing their attention perhaps where it should be. You're just deliberately not looking at it. And you know, who am I to pass a moral judgment on this? Maybe the answer is you absolutely need to. Maybe the answer is you need to give yourself a break. But in any case, just be aware of this energy cropping up this week, because this is what you're really wanting to do. You're kind of not wanting to look at the information that's right immediately in front of you, and I don't know how well that's going to serve you. I really don't. I do get the value of wanting to take a little break and shut your brain off for a while, but I don't know, when it shows up as the 8 of Lunga, I'm not totally sure that that is in your best interest. Maybe if it was the Hermit or the 4 of Lunga, I'd say okay, but it's not. So just be aware of that, Aries. Maybe slow it down, you know, pay attention to what's going on, but also think, you know, let's play with squares for a little bit. What is this full moon having you release? I mean, if it's a square, there's going to be tension there, Aries. Maybe you've got something that you really kind of have to release and kind of have to put out there that you're not quite ready to launch into the world quite yet. Maybe that's why you're doing these Eight of Lunga things. Just sit with it. Know it. That's happening in your world. All right, Taurus. Taurus the bull. What's going on for you? And yes, today I'm out in the garage rather than in my office because it's a lovely day. So you can see, got some surfboards, got a pole, got all sorts of fun stuff in here. Got one of those golf clubs. Yeah, so. Ah! All right, Taurus. The Empress. Okay, so here's why I'm excited about that. You are in your element, so while everybody else seems like they've got a little bit of work and potentially some discomfort on their plate, you don't. No, look at this. This week is bringing all those gloriously Taurian wonderful things for you. You are rooted. You are enjoying the fruits of your labor. Honestly, if you've got significant Taurus placements, you probably have a garden. Like, you probably at least care about agriculture. Yeah, and as gardeners know, at least in this zone, maybe different parts of the world, a little different, the gardens are popping off. I've got tomatoes happening, I got squash happening, I've got all sorts of things happening, and what is more Taurian and more Empressy than that? So, Taurus, relish in it. Let the sun kiss your skin. You're having a lovely week, and I love it for you. All right, moving on to Gemini. Gemini. All right. Okay, Gemini. Two of Quarta. So this is basically our, there we go, our Two of Wands. So I would say that you're kind of, in our traditional imagery of this card, he's kind of, you know, eyeing up, all right, what am I going to do next? He's kind of, you know, looking at that globe as he's looking out over the vast ocean. This guy's looking at a pasta. But I think in any case, he gets to see it from this very zoomed out point of view. And I think most importantly, we see both the air, as indicated by that cloud, and all the water down there present. So I think you've got a lot, you know, kind of a big decision to make, but I just want to assure you that it seems like you have a pretty clear view of everything that it entails, that you're looking at the logistics and the logic. You're looking at the emotional impact. So if you were kind of like, oh, I don't know if I want to pull the trigger, I'm overthinking, dude, you are not overthinking. You actually have a pretty, like, good, solid view of what on earth you're doing. And I think you should move forward confidently. Like, stop, don't doubt yourself. You got this. You can do this. So, yeah. Make the big decision this week, Gemini. You're not getting any more information about it. You have everything you need. So, it's time to get out of that analysis paralysis and pull the trigger. Do the thing. Hit send. Whatever that may be. So, lean into that. All right, who is next? We've got Cancer. So for you, this Capricorn full moon is making an opposition in your chart. You know, it could be making it in a lot of different people's charts, but for you, namely, it is making an opposition with your Cancer placements. Again, how big is the orb? Is it a precise opposition? Is it kind of either to either side? Take a look at your chart. And if you need some help interpreting it, just shoot me a DM. I'm here for you. So I'm happy to help you out with, all right, what is this Cap full moon doing in my chart specifically? But broadly, Cancer placements. What's happening for you? Oh, two cards came out. Alright, so Cancer gets a twofer. You have got, similarly, that Two of Quarta, and you've got it paired up with this guy, the King of Lunga. So let's put them together, because Cancer, yours is a little more complicated. Like Gemini, you've got a pretty big thing on your horizon, a big decision, a big idea, a big concept. Whatever that might be, you're eyeing it up similarly from this zoomed out vantage point where you can see and understand everything. You have a very nuanced view of this topic that's living rent-free in your head right now. So at least there's that. You're not delusional, like, you get it. And I think that this is really underscored by the fact that you've got the King of Lunga, because he is our King of Swords. He's our king of, I know what's going on, I've got expertise and knowledge. He knows this inside out. So I think for you, this full moon is going to have you actually leaning into a lot of that being the rock for those among you, and really being the one who calls the shots and takes on that kingly role. You're going to be the commander in this military this time. You're going to be the one issuing the orders. So yeah, Cancer, unlike our Gemini friends who just have something big that they got to kind of, pull the trigger on, you're the one telling your underlings to pull the trigger. You're the one actually guiding and leading, I think, a larger group into whatever this Two of Quarta is bringing into your world. So similarly, trust your vision and trust that you are, what was I going to say? Trust that you have everybody's best interest in mind. I actually do think that you've considered everyone who would be affected by this, which, how very Cancer of you. But you've considered everyone, you've considered everything, so I think you too should just, the reins are in your hand, so pick them up, drive this cart, because that's what you're being pushed to do anyway. So, which is similarly, it's very Capricorn of you, and this full moon is happening over there, so if that feels a little, outside your comfort zone to be the one saying, calling the shots, okay, well, you're calling the shots this time. Oh. This card popped. Oh, alright. Alright, who's up next? We got Leo. Okay. Leo. You've got the Five of Minuta this week. Okay, this maybe doesn't look so comfortable. Yeah, we are laid up, we are recovering, we are, not standing on both feet. Leo, I get it, it's nice out, it's hot out, tempers and passions are running wild. Just don't hurt yourself this week, okay? Please? I think this card is showing up as a bit more of a warning. Like, Leo, whatever it is you're trying to do, if it's physical, please take it down a notch or 6. I don't want to see you spend your summer in a cast, because that sucks. Although, yeah, you'd probably have a pretty cast. All your friends would draw all over it, so, yeah. But just take care of yourself physically this week. Please take the extra step. Don't rush. Avoid injuries. Nobody wants to spend summertime in a cast. Virgo. I don't think you're going to spend summertime in a cast. I don't think you're doing daredevil-y stuff that would end you up in that position. Of course you won't. You have got the Queen of Pentacles, or the Queen of Minuta, as this deck is. Virgo, honestly, Virgo, I think you should hit up your Taurus friends and just enjoy the fruits of summer. Because similarly, you two are enjoying just all the wealth and all the stability and grounding coming your way this week. So, yeah. Here's the difference between what's going on for you and what's going on for Taurus. Taurus is feeling very connected with Mother Earth and very, rooted and grounded. Taurus probably feels like they're one of the vegetables in the garden. For you, there's a little bit more detachment, and it's a little more, you kind of feel like you're an individual reaping the benefits rather than being the provider. And hey, I mean, there's plenty of other times where you may feel like the provider, but today, relish in being provided for. You've worked your tail off, you've done a whole lot, and here you are just enjoying the fruits of your labor. So, Virgo, enjoy the fruits of your labor this week. It's a beautiful thing. So, I love how, at least the other two earth signs are having a really good week. Not to say Capricorn's having a bad week, but definitely Capricorn might be having a little less easy week than our other two earth sign friends, which, hey, maybe this full moon is putting some pressure on Cap placements in a way that it's similarly trining those other earth sign placements. So let's see what's happening for our Libra friends. Now Libra, like Aries, could be looking at a square here. Let's see what's happening for them. Come on. We have the 6 of Minuta. Alright, see that? So Libra, you're doing something you like. You are sharing and harmonizing and spending time with people. So, yeah, I think this is going to be the kind of week where you're seeing a lot of sharing of resources. You might be maybe taking a friend out for lunch. You might have someone hooking you up, maybe like, hey, your car broke down, let me give you a ride. Something like that. I think it's going to be a very, I don't want to say transactional because that sounds too harsh, but I'm going to say equitable and very commerce kind of week. A very trade, very kind of, hey, you support me, I support you kind of week, which I feel like Libra loves. Like, that's kind of your element, so yeah. Libra, it's looking like a good week for you. I like it. And I think this full moon is, well, it's really promoting a lot of this share and share alike happening in your world right now. So, Scorpio. What's happening, Scorpio? Alright, Page of Minuta. Scorpio, you are taking some small but critical beginning steps that are going to get you a lot more stability. Maybe you are exploring day trading. Maybe you are opening up a new savings account. Maybe you're exploring different jobs. In any case, what might seem like small or even kind of on a whim, I think is actually going to build you into something bigger and more valuable down the line. So just know you're actually dealing with building blocks this week. Take them seriously, because you're investing in your future. Our second to last, because I have a little something something, I took a listener request this week. Mo wants a couple cards pulled for them, so I'm going to pull a couple cards for Mo. But before that, I'm going to pull cards for our Sag placements. Six of Minuta. Alright. This isn't the first time we've had two different signs get the same card, and it just means you guys have the same energy going on this week. Sag, just like I said for Libra, this is a week of connecting over the sharing of resources for you. So reach out to someone who maybe can help you out or who might be in need. In any case, it's a lot of give and take, balance the scales. Hey, maybe this is saying to hit up your Libra friends. So Sag and Libra, you guys are hanging out this week. Virgo and Taurus, you guys are hanging out this week. And Pisces and Aquarius, you guys are hanging out this week. So yeah, reach out to your friends who've got similar energy happening this week because, yeah, that's what we're going to do. It's going to be pretty social. And then I know some of you got individual assignments or individual forecasts. Yeah, in any case, just that's what we're doing. And Sag, hang out with your Libra friend. Alright, so that about rounds it up for our 12 zodiac signs this week. Now let's pull a couple cards from Mo. Also, if you're interested and you want to get some individual cards for yourself on one of these Monday day pulls, reach out, DM me, email me, whatever you want. Mo commented on Spotify. So, yeah, that's how we're going to go. All right. All right, Mo, I pulled 3 cards for you. You've got the 5 of Ripeña. You've got the 4 of Lunga. And you've got the 5 of Minuta. So we got a lot of 5s and 4s, a lot of those kind of mid-range minor cards here. Now take a look. I'll show them up to the camera again. And if you're listening to the audio-only version, take a look over on YouTube where we're going to have this video version. Mo, here's what I see going on. You got to rest this week because I think that right here, as per our 5 of Minuta, you've had some losses and you've had some not great things happen to you emotionally, and you're not depleted yet. I think that's one of the most important things to kind of take from this, is that you might feel like you're kind of running at like 30%, 40%, something like that. So you're like, oh, okay, well, yeah, all right, things aren't great for me, but they're not horrendous, right? Well, look where they're going to go if you keep pushing yourself. They're going to go here. You're going to spend summer in a cast the way I warned Leo not to. Like, calm it down. You pulled the 4 of Lunga. Look at that. We've got a sleeping cat. We've got pasta drying on a shelf. We've got this beverage here. Is it Campari? It's probably Campari in this deck. Please take a moment to rest. And please take a moment to really think your way through all of these 5 of Ripeña situations that are kind of having you feeling down, because these are emotionally charged. But I think in your case, being able to think your way through them, because remember, the Lunga is the swords, which is your thoughts and your knowledge and understanding. Thinking your way through them is going to be kind of what helps you, I think, give a name to some of these situations and really kind of understand them in such a way that you'll be able to kind of feel them more, I guess, I won't say more accurately, but feel your way through them in a way that enables you to move forward and to kind of recover and determine, all right, what's going to happen next? Because I'm just seeing the interplay between these two is you got to rest, otherwise this is going to happen. You're just going to get destabilized further, and you're going to kind of overexert yourself and push yourself harder, and things aren't going to get better. So please take a much-deserved rest. All right, that's about it for today. Thank you so much, and tune in Thursday for our regularly scheduled regular podcast. All right, bye-bye.